YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Dion. Welcome back to another video. All right, I hope all is well your way. Now let's get straight into it, okay? I honestly feel like the Canon R8 is one of the most underrated cameras out there, and I have no clue why. I don't know why. I don't know why this camera is so underrated, but if you are a beginner, all right, and you're looking for a camera to get started in photography or to get started in video, or if you're a seasoned content creator, okay, looking for a camera that's light, something you could bring around with you that packs a punch, I am telling you, the Canon R8 is your camera, okay? Yeah, come on in. We're going to dive a little deeper with this, all right? The Canon R8 is the truth, and I'm going to tell you why. Let's get into it. Okay, so the Canon R8 is a full-frame mirrorless camera that packs a lot of high-level features in this camera, okay? This camera roughly weighs about a pound or so, 461 grams to be exact. So very light. And yeah, this camera has a lot of pro level features, okay? And so despite the size, this camera has 24.2 megapixels, full frame sensor, okay? The same exact sensor that's in the Canon R6 Mark II, okay? So you're gonna get that flagship image and quality from this R8 mirrorless camera. Shall we continue? Because yes, there's more. You also get great autofocus. I don't think y'all heard me. Come on, we got some more things to get to because I don't understand how y'all not talking about the R8. I don't understand it. I do not understand it. Let's go. Okay, so let's talk about some of the features, okay? Because I know some of y'all look at the R8 as, oh, it's a nice looking camera, it's light, it's portable, blah, blah, blah. No, let's break this down. Okay? So the Canon R8 has 24.2 megapixels. It's a full frame sensor, okay? So that's going to help with low light performance. It's going to help with dynamic range. Overall, just really giving you that nice bokeh blur in the background, okay? Compared to an APS-C sensor. All right, this camera also has Canon's dual pixel autofocus, okay? So this is great for subject tracking. All right, this camera can subject track, okay? So we're talking about autofocus on vehicles, animals, birds. You know, when you're looking at a human, it can track the eye. So the autofocus technology in this camera is already top notch. Subject tracking is a really, really high level feature, and this camera has it. Another cool feature that I like about this camera that I really didn't know if I would like it or not, but I actually really do like it. It has 40 frames per second electronic shutter, okay? And so what this is good for, if you are out taking photos of a sports event, at a NASCAR event, things that are moving fast, objects that are moving fast, people that are moving fast, basketball, soccer, football, you're going to be able to get a sharp, crispy image, okay? That electronic shutter will get you the shot. And that's so cool to me to have a feature like that packed in such a small camera. All right, the R8, I wouldn't think that an R8 has 40 frames per second electronic shutter, okay? Just as good, okay? Just as good now. And I'm so used to shooting with a 1DX Mark II or 1DX Mark III when it comes to doing any type of sporting events. So to be able to bring this with me, way lighter camera, by the way, way lighter camera, to be able to bring this with me to take photos of objects or people moving pretty fast, it's really, really cool. I can do that with this R8. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I had to get on this camera to make this video because I'm not understanding how y'all not liking this camera. How are y'all missing the features and benefits of this camera? Why nobody talking about it? Y'all just, I don't understand why nobody's talking about this camera. Next, one of my favorite features is that this camera is, or can, I should say, shoot 4K 60 over sampled 6K. This is super, super, super important. Like, this is a big deal. 4K 60, full frame, okay? We're not talking about no crazy crop. We're not talking about the image get all soft and just breaks down when you go to 4K 60. We're talking about a sharp, crispy, clean image in 4K 60. All right. And what makes it so special is that it's oversampled from a 6K sensor. This is a 6K sensor. Okay. The highest you can go is 4K in the camera, but it's coming off of a 6K sensor. So the image is super clean, crispy, and you're going to like it. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Next up, full HD 1080p. You can shoot 180 frames per second in the camera. Yes, the R8 can shoot 180 frames per second. Okay, that nice slow motion option in 1080p. So it's not something that's super crispy and super sharp, but it's also not terrible, if that makes sense. You can actually use this footage. So that's pretty cool. 180 frames per second. You can do that in the Canon R8. I'm trying to tell y'all, this camera is no joke. All right, so the next feature, which is definitely my favorite feature in the camera, which is primarily why I bought this camera, is that this camera has C-Log 3 plus 10-bit 422, okay? So what all that means is that this is great for color grading, okay? Better dynamic range, all right? You get a great log profile. C-Log 3 is a really good log profile. Once again, people bash it, okay? Yes, C-Log 2 is Canon's flagship log, okay? It is the top of the line. It is one of the logs that everybody would go to when it comes to cinema, but C-Log 3 has a purpose, okay? It definitely has its purpose. It definitely brings a more saturated, to me, a more saturated look. It just feels good. It just looks good. And it just works. I'm not here to compare the C-Log 3 to the C-Log 2. That's for you. I personally do not mind C-Log 3 whatsoever. I really like it. And I'm so happy that this camera has it. And to top it off, this camera has 10-bit 422. So let's take this back for all my Canon users. Y'all remember around 2017, 2018 when the Canon R dropped? And when I first bought that camera, when I tell you I was super in love with that camera, I had that camera for the longest time. Just got rid of it not too long ago, okay? But I did everything with that camera, all right? It was a full frame camera, 33 megapixels, shot 4K 30, not 60, 4K 30, all right? And at that time, it was a great camera. But let's look at it, all right? So when you shot in 4K, there was a crop, okay? So it was a full frame sensor, but there was a crop that was applied when you shot video. So you really couldn't, you know, vlog the way you wanted to because that crop would take its place, all right? There was no C-Log 3, okay? There was C-Log built into the camera, but not a C-Log 3. So video is what you got, is what it was, and it did what it had to do. You loved it, right? But to fast forward to today, there's a camera on the market that's smaller than the R, packs a punch with photos, shoots 4K 60 from an oversampled 6K sensor. There is no crop when you go to video, okay? There is no crop. All right, this is a huge upgrade when it comes to that beginner wanting to know more about cameras, things of that nature. We're going to touch on it more, but the Canon R8 is a great upgrade for anybody that may have the R. I know we all talk about jumping to the R5 and the R6, but the Canon R8 is a really good option for anybody that has a Canon ES-R camera and want to upgrade. The Canon R8 may be your camera, and once again, it won't break the bank. Another feature I like about this camera, pretty standard in most Canon cameras, but I also like this feature. I like that it has a flip out screen. So you can really dial in when it comes to self-recording. So if you want to vlog out in public, or, you know, you want to see, you know, certain things at a low angle, you may want to put the camera down on the ground and just, you know, shoot things from a lower angle. You have that ability with this camera. There's a flip out screen, okay? So that's super important, especially for my content creators, all right? Another feature that I like that's coming around to me, I typically didn't use this feature until recent, but yes, this camera, you're able to webcam and stream with this camera, okay? So all my Twitch users, YouTubers, anybody that may be, you know, using that camera on a Zoom for work or anything of that nature, you can use the Canon R8 to stream, okay? You can plug the USB-C into the computer, you can get it going, all right? So that's a cool option to have in this camera, okay? And last but not least, all right, a feature that I like about this camera is that this camera does have focus breathing correction. Okay, focus breathing correction. That is important. Okay, that is really huge for me. I've used cameras. To sum it up, I was once upon a time using a Sony, and I may use a Sony in the future, who knows, but I once was using a Sony camera. I once was using a Sony camera. I was using the FX3, okay? At this time, I don't know if there's been a firmware update or not, but at that time when I had the FX3 years ago, it struggled with focus breathing. Plenty shots, plenty things I was doing where it would hunt a little bit with trying to get in focus randomly too. So that was always a little frustrating, but over time, a lot of more cameras have now come out with focus breathing correction, okay? And that's a top pro level feature, and it's in the Canon R8. It's in the Canon R8. Okay, so with everything I just said, and with all the features we just went over, all right, who is this camera best for? Who is this camera for, okay? So let's talk about that just a little bit, all right? Let's break this down. All right, so when it comes to my beginners, me personally, I feel like this is an excellent option for beginners, okay? So the reason why I say that is because when you look at the Canon R8, the features it packs, and how light and versatile that it is, it's a simple camera, meaning that beginners can dive right into this menu system and get going right away. It's not over your head. It's not too much. It's very simple. It's also a camera that you can grow into. Okay, so for the beginner, these features that I just went over, these are awesome features that you can begin to learn right away and implement. Okay, you can grow into these features, really learning how to work a camera. Okay, and then also on the other side, the cool side is that you can outgrow this camera. So once you learn it, you get it down packed, it does what it needs to do for you. Eventually, you're going to grow in your skills and your knowledge, and you can outgrow this camera to find another camera that works. And the next camera that you find, you're going to actually know how to use it. You're going to actually know what to do with the camera. So many people don't understand that a lot of people are buying these high pro level cameras, the R5 Mark IIs, the R1s, the R3s. And to be honest with you, it is too much camera for y'all. It's too much camera for y'all. You know the camera is too much camera for you. But you get sucked into the advertisement. You get sucked in and wanting to have the latest and greatest. And you end up spending all that money and you end up hurting yourself because the camera isn't fun anymore because you didn't learn it, all right, as fast as you wanted to, all right? And it took you some time, all right? And the features and buttons and things of that nature, it took time to learn and gravitate to the camera. And that kills the vibe of owning the camera and you no longer want the camera. And that's what so many people deal with right now. So I've been there. Trust me, y'all, I've been there. And so when I tell y'all, I'm here to tell you, the Canon R8, you cannot lose. The reason why you can't lose, and we're going to keep going into this, I just feel like when it comes to the features that it has, the price range that it's in, you cannot lose with this camera. You can't. So if it took you some time and all that, I only spent $1,000, a little over $1,000. Cool. But I'll guarantee you, you're going to fall in love with this camera right away, and you're going to be able to jump into the menu system, know what things are from the photo side and the video side, and get going. The Canon R8, for my beginners, this is your camera. You don't need to go too low. I'm not against the Power Shot V1. I'm not against the R50V and all those other cameras. I apologize, I'm saying the names wrong. But I'm not against those cameras, but at the same time, you can start right here and be successful, and you're going to get a great image, photo, and video. All right, let's keep it going. My content creators and YouTubers, this camera is also for you, okay? So for my content creators that's looking to pick up speed, that's looking to produce things fast, that's looking to produce content for Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, this camera will help you get the job done, okay? It's going to do a great job with getting video, and it's going to do a great job with photography. So if you're a YouTube creator, YouTube content creator, or just a content creator in general, this camera can help you get the job done, okay? And you don't have to worry about all of these high-tech cards, all of these crazy buttons and features. Like I said, you'll be able to dive into the menu, get going, and start creating, okay? So the Canon R8 is great for content creators and YouTubers, all right? Hybrid shooters, I'm talking to you. I would consider myself a hybrid shooter. A hybrid shooter to me is somebody that really loves taking photos and also really love video, okay? And want the best of both worlds, okay? And can do the best of both worlds, okay? We struggle a lot with trying to find a camera that does both. You may get a camera that has great image quality when it comes to photos, but it lack in video. And that camera is just not exciting because you're like, I like it for photo, but I can't do nothing with the video. And vice versa, you'll get a camera that has excellent video quality, but the photos just lacking. It's just not packing that punch. It's just not no vibe, no swag is in them photos. You're like, I can't do nothing with this. So that's always a dilemma for a lot of creators. And I consider myself a hybrid shooter. So I love to find cameras that can give me the best of both worlds. Okay. Not perfect. There is no perfect camera to me. Okay. But close enough. You want to find a camera that's close. And I do feel like the R8 is very close when it comes to producing excellent, great photos and excellent, great video, if that makes sense. All right. So for my hybrid shooters, okay, the Canon R8 is it. Let's get it. All right. Travel photographers. Okay. So for me personally, like I said, I'm a big guy. Cameras to me aren't a big deal. I think cinema cameras would be the ones that kind of weigh on me a little bit at a long periods of time. But like a camera, it doesn't bother me. But for those that do want a camera that they can just take with them and go everywhere with, can hold it for long periods of time, can put a strap on around their neck and carry it and not feel, fatigued. The Canon R8 is great. 461 grams, y'all. Come on. The Canon R8 is a great camera for my travel photographers, for people that love to travel, that want to bring something that's on the go, quick and light. The Canon R8 is that camera. I've done it numerous times, traveling from Houston to Chicago to California, traveling all around Texas in general. I bring this camera with me and I can literally put it in a backpack. I can put it in my pockets. If I'm wearing a hoodie or something, I can put it in the front of the hoodie. It's very convenient. It's light. And it's just a comfortable camera to hold for long periods of time. All right. Really quick, as you can see in the camera, I'm holding the camera. What I really, really like about this is that it has an excellent, and I mean excellent hand grip, okay? I'm a big guy, I have big hands. This is an excellent camera to hold. It feels good, it's comfortable, and this is what I want. I didn't want a camera like a X100V or X106. I don't want the small power shot cameras because yes, they're small, portable, but they aren't really comfortable to hold, and you have to buy all these accessories and things to kind of get it comfortable to grab the camera like you want. But straight out the box, the Canon R8, you can hold this baby and get going, and it feels good. It feels good. Come on, look, this is small, man. This is small. This is not a big heavy duty camera. Okay, the Canon R5 Mark II, that's a beefy camera. And what's so crazy about the Canon R5 Mark II is that I bought it recently. And I sent it back. Okay, because I compared the photos coming out of the R8 and the R5 Mark II, and to me there was not a big difference. Literally night and day. I mean, it wasn't no night and day difference. It was very minor differences. The images that come out of this camera is sharp. And that surprised me. And yes, the Canon R5 Mark II, that has C-Log 2 built in the camera. I was blown away by that. The image looks great coming out of that camera. This camera has C-Log 3, and the image looks great coming out of this camera. And for the price point. So when you compare the price points of the R5 Mark II and this camera, man, what are we talking about? We're talking about that's a couple lenses. That's some lighting. That's some other things you could be investing to, start it, get your goals going, get your YouTube up and running. Okay. Those are some thousands of dollars that you can invest in other things instead of just the camera body alone. Okay. So just the camera body alone, when it comes to the R8, you're not breaking the bank. And that's what I love about this camera. Now, like I said, I'm just shocked that y'all overlooking this camera. If you have not tried the Canon R8 and you're looking for a small, compact camera that delivers a punch, check out the R8. I'm telling you, check out the R8. And also when it comes to the R8, I feel like this camera is a really great B camera. All right, a second shooter for a lot of pros and professionals. So if you got a cinema camera, if you got a C80, if you got a C70, C400, things of that nature. Or if you have a R5 Mark II, or if you have an R6 Mark II, all right, this camera is excellent as a B camera, as a side-by-side camera that helps you out, okay? That's a cool thing about this camera. It delivers a punch and it hangs with the big dogs, okay? It has some features in here, the C-Log 2, the 422 10-bit, full frame, 4K 60, okay? So just to name out a few things, this camera, you can pair it with another A camera, okay? A bigger, more polished cinema camera, the R5 to R6. You can partner it with one of those type of cameras and it'll fit right in. And that's a cool thing, okay? And that's a good thing I like about this camera as well, because the price point of this camera, I can literally buy 3 of these, okay? For the price of an R5 Mark II. Yeah, I can buy 3 of these for the price of an R5 Mark II. So that's just something to think about. That's very impressive. So all my pro shooters, if you're looking for a B camera, consider the R8. I'm telling you. All right, so with all of that being said, if you're somebody that's shooting reels, creating YouTube content, have multiple clients that need multiple things done, they want video, they want vertical video, they want photos, this camera is flexible enough to get the job done to meet those needs, okay? You can use this in a pro setting. So if you want to shoot a wedding with this camera, you can, okay? Photography or video, you can use the R8, okay? Trust me on that. You can use this camera in pro settings, okay? Commercial jobs, things of that nature. It can get the job done, okay? Would I recommend it, like I said, as an A camera? No. But a B camera? Absolutely. And if all else fails and you have to use the R8 as an A camera, or this is the only camera you have, okay? Trust me, you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right with the R8, all right? Okay, so in summary, all right? The Canon R8 is a full frame beast that delivers pro level performance, all right, for the fraction of the cost, okay? So me personally, for all my beginners out there, anybody that's like, yo, I'm trying to get a YouTube started, man, I don't know what camera to get, look into the Canon R8, okay? I feel like this is great for content creators, YouTubers, people that want to use their camera for different things, but just want to use one camera, don't want to have multiple cameras for everything, just want one camera that gets the job done. The Canon R8 is your camera, okay? So I just wanted to make this video. I wanted to get this out there because I hear so much slander, or I don't hear enough positive things about the Canon R8, all right? This is a really, really great camera. I am happy to own it. Like I said, I'm keeping this camera over the R5 Mark II. So trust me, when I tell you this camera is the truth, it packs a punch and all that good stuff, this is it for you, okay? This camera is the truth, all right? Look nowhere else. Jump right into the game, the YouTube content creator game, with the Canon R8, all right? All right, so thank you so much for watching this video. I truly hope I did help some people out there make a decision and decide. I hope you liked this video, and if you did like this video, hit that like button. It helps with this channel a lot, all right? Definitely trying to get this channel off the ground. And most importantly, yeah, if you own an R8, jump right inside the comment section, guys, and tell me some positive things that you like about the Canon R8, all right? Any questions, anything like that, hit the comment section, talk to me, let me know. I want to help you guys. So once again, like I said, the Canon R8 to me is one of the best cameras I've owned in a long, long time, all right? Look in the description. I have a few links in the description that I definitely want you to click on to support the channel, to help the channel grow, okay? So once again, if you like this video, hit the like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. All right, we bringing the fire. Y'all be good, be blessed. Talk to y'all soon. Gone. Peace.